Good morning and welcome back to my Indian wedding channel. Sorry, just kidding. Welcome back to my North Fork Life. Happy Friday, everyone. On Fridays, me and my two co-hosts, Tracy from Miss Tracy Kessler and Lauren from Story Petals, we hop on real quick for 30 minutes and chat everything North Fork. So wanted to say hello, and I'm just because if those who follow me know I've been away at a family wedding and I had way too much fun, lost my voice.
Hi.
So, good morning. How are
Oh
you?
my God. I have been living vicariously through your week, and I just feel I'm full of love and colors.
It's almost hard to describe what the week was like. It was stunning. I feel like I was in another world. It was so beautiful, and I didn't want it to end. The weather was.
I appreciate how much you posted and what you posted. I know it was only a glimpse into the weekend, but it felt fabulous.
Well, the thing about Indian weddings is there are so many rituals and they all are meaningful and there's just so much color and so much. So because it was a destination wedding, what was great about it is that everybody stayed there in the same place. So we were there for a week, but there were, I think, 6 events and everything needed a different outfit. Everything had a
Yep.
different. It was incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and I didn't want to come back, especially given all the snow. So tell me, I missed all the blizzard. So give us the
Wait.
blizzard update.
Before we go into Blizzard, we just need to talk about it a little bit more. I just love the amount of color. I've had the pleasure of being part of a couple Indian weddings in the planning process, but this one, I mean, it just felt. I mean, the joy which exuded. I must say, the bride and the groom, their dance moves were impressive.
How stunning is she? I mean,
Oh,
and
very
I'm not
much
just
so.
saying this because she's
No.
joining our family, but she is, I feel like we hit the lottery.
Oh, 100%. I was just so impressed, and the dances, and everything about it was just, it was
I mean,
fun to
I'm
be part
I'm
of.
I'm Gugu and Gaga over the bride, but my nephew, which happens to be my sister's son, I mean, he ain't bad either.
No, no, no. Both of them, really, like kudos.
And another thing that I didn't register until much later, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, so my nephew has a DJ company.
yeah.
So he does entertainment for a living, right? And he does a lot of Indian weddings in Mexico, here, everywhere. But I think for his wedding, like I said, he has a DJ company, so he has several DJs. It's MVP
Yeah.
DJs, by the way. Shout out.
Yes, I saw
They
the tag on a
pulled,
couple of your posts.
they pulled all the stops, and it was insane how much energy goes into getting the crowd,
Oh yeah.
motivated and into the groove. Oh my God! Between the and talk about color. I mean, I don't know if you saw at the reception, they had these, I guess, CO2 air guns or whatever, and they were blowing color. And I mean, the bride, she's so petite and so beautiful. And there she was with this giant gun, just like it was beyond. It was beyond
And
between
I
the
see
two.
your henna on your hand still.
Yes, it's sort of fading away now. It's kind of gone, but I guess I
I
still had
love
to.
that. And that's the beginning of the week long
Yes,
celebration. It's like one of the first things you do, right?
that was the first celebration. Oh my God. It's like there were so many. I've lost track of what was first, what was second. Yes, the first night was the henna and the bridal henna, like on her feet. Hello,
Hello,
Tracy.
everyone. Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
Tillie.
You know what? I'm just going to leave her like this right now because she just finished feeding and she's
No
quiet.
sudden movements.
Yes,
I
yes,
love it. Oh my gosh. I
yes.
can't.
She's such a little peanut. I don't know if you can see how tiny she is. She's just so small.
And their butts just fit in your hand.
I mean, I call
Oh,
her a chicken wing because she's
oh yeah.
literally like, and she's always like tall, like squished up, she really
Yep.
enjoys that fetal position. So, I mean, when I try to put her on my actual shoulder,
She's
my
crushed
arm has to be up like this, hold her butt, because she's so tiny.
Oh my
I
God,
know.
Tracy, we're so excited to see you, Mama.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Is this Tillie's first worldwide appearance?
Oh, yes. Yes. First worldwide appearance. And I told her she was being quite, fussy in the green room. We had a lot of requests in the green room.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God.
Yes.
She looks
We're
so
so
cute.
happy for you, Tracy. We're
Thank you.
overjoyed for you. I'm so glad that you're getting your groove back. And
I am.
are you still counting hours or days? How many? Give us the deets. How long has it
No,
been?
I am doing better. I just had to say to my mom, because I had to say it out loud last night, that, my daughter does not cry unless there's something wrong, which I am very blessed. So, and I have to, when she's fussy and crying a lot, I have to remind myself, like, there's something wrong. Just keep going through the list. She's either hungry or she's wet or she's gassy or, one of those things. And, I'm just, it is, it is hard being alone because there's no one to be like, can you just hold her for a second?
Right.
So I am starting to welcome visitors for anyone who wants to hold her for an hour.
Definitely.
Yeah, because, it's just helpful, just even for an hour, to say, like, okay, I'll sit here and talk to you, but you hold her.
Oh yeah.
No,
it's definitely, it gets
but
to that point where you're like, your turn.
Yes, we are getting our groove. I'm doing better. You can see I got showered, actually. I showered today, and we are actually heading to a newborn photo shoot right after this.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's Lorelei Imagery over in Laurel. We're gonna head over there, and actually, so she's doing a newborn model call. So this is Tillie's first modeling gig.
I love it. That's so awesome. I didn't know if I wanted to do it for Betty, so I did it a little bit later. Like, she was a couple weeks old at that point when we did it.
Yeah.
And the photographer was just like so amazing to see someone who works with babies professionally do this. It's just like, actually, I feel like I learned a lot. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get a shusher machine now.
Yeah.
And like,
oh, yeah. Somebody just said that to me last night about the shusher machine.
It changed my life, but I only found out about it when we went to our baby photo shoot, because they were just like, okay, cool, we're going to put her to sleep now. I was like, this is a thing?
All right. So ordering the shusher today.
I need a shusher.
We'll DM after this. I'll send that over to you.
Okay. Good.
I need a shusher today. I apologize if you hear background banging because we have some work going on in the attic and there's a lot of hammering going on. But so tell
some work done in the house.
Just the attic. We need to making some room for an office because my husband's office has been in the bedroom and he needs to, be someplace else. So we're just talking.
You're just shifting him up.
Totally.
He's getting nursery. You're getting a
separate office. So love that hat, Tracy. Oh my God.
I know. Isn't it adorable? I have it in several colors. It's actually just still a little too big for her. So I think when she's, maybe like 2 months, it'll be perfect that it actually stays on her head. I think before she was crying and I'm like, what's the matter? And I realized like the here. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. Again.
So what stage are we? What stage are we at? Are we counting hours? Are we counting days? Are we counting weeks?
I'm counting feedings. Feedings. And she is mostly 2 to 3 hours between feedings, although she's doing cluster feeding at certain times of the day.
Okay.
But like if I can get her through a feeding and then she's calm, I'll put her in the rocker and then I'll go do something. I will say I cannot follow everyone's advice. I know everyone's like sleep when she sleeps, but like during the day, there's just so many things to do, whether it's simply feed myself or, check the mail, do any, all of those things. And then all of a sudden, sure enough, it's time to feed her again. So I'm
exhausting.
Resting, but resting while opening bills or things like that,
Exactly. Productive resting.
But I will say she is from about midnight to 6 a.m. She is sleeping in 3-hour chunks, and so am I.
Huge.
So yeah, I'm very, very happy, and can't say that I'm super sleep deprived. I'm feeling okay, much better. Better.
No, that's so clutch. We were in the same situation with Betty. We were able to get those like blocks of time during the night, which was great.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It really does.
Oh yeah, I felt bad when I went back to work. Everyone's like, "You must be so exhausted." I was like, "I'm definitely tired, but not because I'm not." You know what I mean? Like, the nighttime was we lucked out.
Yeah,
well, ebbs and flows.
With my C-section, I can drive my car. Like I can drive my car, but I can't take the car seat out. It's too heavy that motion, you know. So I have to wait. I think once I can take her places and go to Target or whatever and just kind of have something to do, that will, and also, you know, with COVID, I'm trying to be careful as well and not take her to many places. But once we can kind of get out of the house a bit more, that will be really,
it's a game
great.
changer.
Yeah.
But I think it's important. You have to really, I think, you know, I've been talking to some of with watching your stories and then talking to some of my friends, you know, C-section, it's a real thing. It's a real massive surgery that I don't think everyone puts enough attention on. I mean, yeah, so I mean, not to get gory or TMI, but it's just one of those things where, you know, I was in the same boat. I had an emergency C-section, and you just don't realize the no.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking for.
Well, it's a longer,
Thank you, repercussions.
definitely. I mean, giving birth needs a recovery time, but adding a C-section on definitely adds on to the recovery time. And I think what makes it harder is that not only do you have to recover yourself, you also have to immediately start taking care of the baby. So it's almost like, you know, double hard. So
well, and the thing that I've been saying, and I think I will, you know, talk about this on social media once I can kind of get back to regularly posting again, is that everyone talks about C-section as like, oh, you know, you really want to avoid it because you want to be there for the birth and you want to, you know, see it all happen and have that experience. No one is talking about that they're cutting through like 8 layers of your body, and
muscle
that should be part of the decision. You know, I mean, I didn't have a choice, much like you, Lauren. Like they said, at this point, we've done everything we can. It's been too long. You're both in jeopardy. You need to go. But so I had to do it anyway, but I just had no idea. None. Yeah. No idea at all. I was like, holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. I mean, and thank God both you and Tillie are healthy and happy and beautiful and everybody's good. But it's one of those things where it's just, you know, I'm grateful for the moms in our community that do talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've got a lot of great people on the North Fork specifically that really do tell the truth about what the story is about parenting, but it's not real until it happens to you.
Yeah.
I also think everybody's journey is different, right?
Oh my God.
So it's okay for your journey to be whatever it is. If it's all not roses and petals, then that's okay too. And I think that's part of the problem. We imagine or are told that the whole birthing process has to be happy and beautiful and you feel all this joy, and you do.
Yeah.
And there can be all these crazy things along with it, you know, that you have to balance both.
Yeah. To be honest, I think one of the biggest things for me, and we were, again, a group of friends and I were talking about this recently, is the whole your bump. Like when you get it, how long, like I remember like, oh, I'm pregnant, like you look the same, you know, like, you just, your body changes, you feel different, but like to everyone else, you're totally normal Lauren, and you're on the subway and you're getting bumped into, and I'm like, wait, I'm pregnant, and they're like, couldn't tell you, you know, you don't know. And in the movies, you're like, oh, you're pregnant, you got a huge bump. And that for me was one of the biggest, like, wait, when am I going to look like it?
Yes, I agree.
So, but we're happy that she's here now.
Yes, I know.
Well, speaking of bump, one of the things I didn't realize is I wouldn't be able to go home with my jeans the next day. I figure, I'm done. I think it took me a long time before I could get my jeans back on. So just
Benita packed your skinny jeans in the hospital.
I know, you know, I have to tell you too, I had read, you know, all the blogs about what to pack in your to-go bag. And I am grateful that I read them, because 2 things that I brought that were monumental to getting through those 36 hours was my Bose speaker, because I played meditation music the entire time in the room. And then also essential oils. When I was at the height of my labor pain and the anesthesiologist was stuck in surgery and I literally thought I was going to die, I had like the eucalyptus under my nose. It was the only thing that got me through that pain. And I was so glad that I had those 2 things. But on the other hand, I had all kinds of like outfits and different bras and different underwear. And I mean, I literally wore nothing but the hospital gown the entire time.
No, it's slightly delusional at points. It definitely was.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I hear you.
Well, it's
No.
the fantasy. It's the fantasy of what we have in our head of what it'll be like, and maybe perhaps because you do see pictures of people in the hospital that just gave birth with full makeup, and they are wearing the
I know.
diner lounges with the sexy bra, and you're thinking maybe I'll have a moment to change into that, and the reality is, heck no. I don't care if you zip up or not zip up, tie the hospital gown because
No,
what
exactly.
for that?
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I did blow out my hair right before I went
Did
to
you?
the hospital.
Yeah.
I did. I was that person.
I got a Matty Petty, which is
Okay, yeah.
now slowly growing out. But
Yeah, but that's before you went in. I'm
Yeah.
talking about once you're in there. And in your case, Tracy, I mean, you just mentioned 36 hours. You had a very long labor before the C-section. So I'm saying in those 36
Yeah.
hours, whatever
No, definitely.
beforehand,
No one was next to Tracy like blowing out her hair.
no.
But also, the other thing I remember was, you know, in the beginning, you know, when you're pregnant, you're sitting in stirrups and it's the weirdest feeling. But once you're in the hospital, I mean, the guy cleaning the trash can is walking in, you're like, you don't care. Whoever.
No, I know. I said that to my sister was my support person. And I'm relatively like a modest person. If I go into a changing room with a friend, I'm kind of like, oh, I'll be out in a second. Hold on, you know. And my sister goes, I have never seen so much of your boobs and your lady parts in my whole life.
Yes.
But I mean, you know, I was at a teaching hospital, so people are walking in groups of 5 and 6, and I was like, okay. And like I said, at some point it was, I don't even care who. They walked into the wrong room. I'm like, sure, yeah, nothing I can do about it.
Totally.
Oh
I know.
my goodness.
I must
Well,
say,
and also, you know, another thing that no one really talks about is the shift changes. If you do have an extended labor like I did, we would finally get used to like this one nurse and her sort of like way she works and how she would deal with us. And then it would shift change and it would be a totally new person, new doctors, new residents, new attendings, it was like, I feel like I didn't have any continuity at all through it.
Can we give a shout out to the nurses though? I mean,
Yeah.
they are just incredible in making sure that you day in, day out, they see patients, and yet somehow they manage to make you feel that they're taking care of you and you'll be okay. So
well, the one thing I will say is that for me, and I know a lot of moms have experienced this over the last 2 years, but giving birth during COVID, and I actually was COVID positive while I was in the hospital. And
oh my God, Tracy.
we would not, there was the pre-labor, that team was great. They all came in, they treated us exactly the same. But the post-labor, I guess because now babies were around, like they wouldn't come into the room unless absolutely necessary. So if we asked for like, could we get a thing of ice or whatever, they would knock and say, it's at your door, you have to go get it. Which again, with the C-section, I was like, how am I supposed to go get that? Yeah, I mean, my sister would go get it, you know, but it was very isolating, very, very. And I know it's not the fault of the nurses, it's just like protocol, but oh my God, that was really hard. And I think it made me leave the hospital. They gave me the choice. They said, you can leave today or you can stay one more day and leave tomorrow. And even that would have been shorter amount of time than what's normal.
Right.
And I was just like, just get me out of here. Like, I need to see my family. I need to be in my home because I feel like I'm in jail. It was isolating.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. But at the end of the day, I mean, like this beautiful little munchkin came into the world. I mean, everything comes out for a reason. It's crazy.
Thank God my sister was there. Thank God my sister was there. Oh my God.
That's why it's so important to have an advocate with you, no matter whatever your situation is. I think it's really important for everyone when you go into any medical situation to make sure that you're clear about what your wants and needs are. Obviously, you want things to go a certain way, but at the same time, like having someone be there and stand up, and because at the end of the day, I mean, you're not in the right mindset to be making any of those decisions.
You know, also, and thank God I've watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
Me too.
Because the difference between an attending and a resident and sort of like because when I was at about like 25 hours of labor, that last like 10 hours of labor, there was a lot of discussion as to how much of it is my choice versus how much they are going to tell me what I have to do. And I had a doula from the nesting place in Farmingdale, and they were great. And she was virtual. I was, you know, messaging her and stuff, and she was helping me determine, like, no, you're allowed to say I don't want to do that. But, you know, if you didn't watch those shows, you would have no idea the hierarchy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's telling you what, like whether this person walked in and they're the doctor or not, because everyone has doctor in front of their name, right? So, like, I'm glad I watched Grey's Anatomy to know, like, no, I want the attending to tell me that, because I don't really like what you're saying. So let's just make sure we run it up the chain, you know?
Right. No, definitely. I think it's so important. I was in the same boat. I felt like I was like talking the lingo. I remember like going over to Jeff, be like, don't worry, this is, you know, totally normal.
Tracy, I still feel like this is all a dream. You know,
a little bit.
Watching you, holding to Matilda. I can't believe she's sleeping this whole time. And you just,
knock on wood.
I've known you a few years now, so I've always known you as Tracy. And I feel like I'm looking at you with new eyes as Matilda's mom. And it's just such a different view. I can't tell you how happy I am for you. And you just look, this is the role I think you're meant to be in. And
Thank
you're
you.
incredible.
Oh, thank you.
I'm excited for this next chapter.
I really am. Like, I look at her and I have to take myself out of, you know, when she's crying or I'm feeling frustrated, I have to take myself out of the situation and really think back to that point when I said, okay, I think I'm going to try to have a baby. No, you know, and I know it's going to be hard and I know it's going to be a long road, and all of the decisions, all of the heartache and the crying and can I afford this financially, and how am I going to do this, and who's going to help me, and all of those things along the road that brought us to, I always say her ear, because when she's I'm looking at her ear, so I'm like, it brought me to this little ear. It's such a tight little ear, like little baby, you and it's like
Can you mute yourself for a second, Sunita?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like, I was just having a discussion with someone, because I know a lot of people know she's a double donor baby, which means that she's a sperm donor and an egg donor, because I had hit perimenopause through the middle of my process. So I had started on this process trying to have the baby with my own egg, and was told, which was another pivotal point where I was like, am I going to abandon ship or am I going to keep going? And so, you know, I purposely chose donors that when Tillie turns 18, she is allowed to reach out to them. They cannot reach out to her, but she can find them if she wants. And I felt like that wasn't my job to take that decision away from her. Like, that's her decision, and I will fully support her if she wants to find them. But I 100% know, like, I am her mom. Like, there's no question about that. I mean, she grew in my belly. I felt her the whole time. I am caring for her. We are definitely connected 100%. That's a main reason why I'm breastfeeding, is because I want to have that connection with her as well. And like, there's no doubt in my mind, I'm her mom. Like, at all.
As soon as she, in her teenage or preteen years, as soon as she starts giving you any sass, I want you to begin from hour one of labor and talk about when she, you can't tell me nothing. You give her 36 hours of that speech, girl.
Yeah. I'm going to say, let me tell you what a Foley balloon is, because that was not fun.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that is your journey is so unique, but yet also so, a lot of people can resonate with it. And I think that is just so telling with where we are. And I think the decisions that you made for both you and your daughter are just so beautiful. I bravo, Mama, bravo.
Well, I'm very excited to have a true born and bred North Forker in my home now. Native North Forker in my home now.
Yep. I think you can get the bumper sticker now. I think there's a lot of things that come along with this.
I know. And of course I can't stop myself. So one of the places that a North Fork affair is working with is Brick Cove Marina. And they're having an industry night coming up, and they sent me the invite, and I had already told them before the baby came that I was like, I'm not gonna be able to participate, but I'll support you in any way I can. And of course, yesterday I was like, how could I still work out? I miss you guys. I'm so happy to be here today because I miss like all of the North Fork. I can't wait until it's a little bit warmer. I can lift the car seat out. People will start to see Tillie around because we're gonna be
awesome.
making the rounds. Definitely.
Yeah. I can't wait. There's like the nicer weather coming, and it's just like truly like once spring hits.
I know.
And then, oh my gosh, the outfits. The outfits are my favorite part.
I know. I can't wait. I know. Well, what do you guys have going on? Because I feel like I've missed a whole month of chit-chatting and what's going on the North Fork.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the North Fork. I feel like I need an entire week just to recover. I just sitting on my phone. I'm rewatching all the videos and the photos. I need to stop posting because I'm probably flooding everybody's
I've been
timeline.
Everyone loves it. I mean,
yeah.
So that's my plan. I did see, I know Valentine's Day coming, but I also did see there's a winter festival at Southold, I think February 19th, one of the shop small events. So on
Main Street?
It's on Main Street at a much bigger scale. I think they're including cast. I just saw a flyer today with so many different events. So I will follow up and post that as soon as I'm done watching all the Indian wedding videos. I will come back to
and maybe we can actually make a stroller appearance on that. We'll see.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we'll see. And by the way, Kate, I want to tell you from an Instagram trainee perspective, you did an excellent job of making the Indian wedding fit your color story of your no.
It definitely wasn't intentional, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know.
The color was so vibrant, and there were so many ceremonies, but I think my favorite was what's called the haldi, which is a turmeric ceremony, and it's designed to be cleansing, like a face mask, and everybody was supposed to wear yellow. I mean, yellow or white, but 95% wore yellow, and it was just the most beautiful ceremony, and I guess maybe that is what ended up being the photo, and it was perfect. And that bride, I can't get over the gorgeous girl that's joined our family. I'm just going to keep posting. So, don't
for it all.
Stick with the wedding for a little bit.
Yes.
What's going on with you, Lauren?
Oh my gosh, it's been a busy February now, right? It was a busy January. We have Valentine's Day coming up for Story Petals, so we've been in full flower making mode. Sent out the majority of our orders, which I'm so thrilled about. We have about 2 more spots, but then next Friday I will be at Quarry Creek for a little pop-up, pre-Valentine's Day pop-up. But yeah, it's been a busy month of orders, which I'm just so grateful for. And I mean, the love that the world is giving us in 2022 has just been a lot. And Jeff and I've been able to work with some really unique couples and some really fun stories. And it's just, I love being part of other people's love.
That's amazing. Are those ranunculus behind you? Is that what
these are roses.
Oh, roses. Okay.
But I am making a boatload of ranunculuses for an upcoming order, in all different shades of red and pink. Because this one couple, when he proposed, he brought a certain flower, and she's like, "Oh, I wish they were ranunculuses." So this is like 10 years later, we're gonna do ranunculuses.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's really fun, and people are just so stinking creative. I feel like sometimes I'm like, "Oh man, why didn't I think of that?"
Well, you thought of Story Petals, which is amazing.
Yeah,
so.
No, it is, and it's so fun because Jeff and I have just been working on a couple different templates and new flowers. And just seeing the way his brain works and then the way my brain works. And I'm just like, okay, we need to walk away because this flower isn't coming together properly. But it's just like, I need to step away. And then, of course, our daughter comes out of her room and she's like, pretty flower. I'm like, don't agree with him. That's not how I want it. But it's awesome.
It's so wonderful that you found something to do that is always surrounded by joy and love. Like, I mean, anytime flowers just make people smile. So it's wonderful. I love it that you're doing something that just makes us all smile all the time. So post a few of your Valentine's.
I know. I need to be better.
So busy working, you don't have time to post the beautiful pictures.
I know, I need to do it. And also there's custom orders, so like I don't want to post them too early before they get them. So I don't always know when like the flowers are delivered, but yeah, no, definitely, it's fun. Well,
hopefully you're capturing all the pictures for content later.
I know. I need to be better about
Mama, you still have your Instagram hat on. I mean, you've got your baby in one arm, but you're social media hat definitely on. Good job.
I feel bad because I really, I haven't been able to post that much, but as I always kind of teach everyone, I've been prioritizing engaging with my followers. So, I might be only posting once every 2 weeks, but usually you'll get my responses at 2 a.m. or
during a feeding.
Because I'll sit there and I'll like respond to everybody, and I make sure that I respond to every comment and every DM and every, because to me that's more important than putting out, another pretty picture. I'm just doing.
That may be important to you, but what's important to us is getting our daily fix of Tillie. So please
Exactly.
go back to putting stories. I don't care if it's a diaper change. Whatever you're posting, can we just see her?
Yeah.
Because when you were in labor for 36 hours, I remember at one point messaging you going, "Oh my God, Tracy, your story bubbles are down to 0." Like I
know.
I was like, I don't want to message her. Someone give me an update.
Adorable.
I was making my sister videotape things and take pictures, and she was like, I was using all the different balls and all the different positions and everything, and I would be like, take a picture, and she's like, are you sure? I was like, I'm posting it, but just document it because
yeah.
It's
weird what Google will show you in your memories, or Apple will show you in your memories in a few years. You're like, oh God.
Like I said, when she's preteen, post all those pictures in her room. As soon as she starts asking you,
poster size.
I didn't even know what a peanut ball was when you said they brought me a peanut ball. I had to Google it.
Oh my God. Sunita's search history was very confusing that day.
Yeah, right. I know. I used every single tool that they had. I mean, that was why I eventually I did. I don't want to say demand, but I did say I will not agree to this until I speak to someone from my practice, because like I said, everyone was rotating and I was like, I want to speak to someone I know. So after I spoke to the doctor that I knew, we decided, if you've tried every single one of the things, I was at the highest level of Pitocin that they're allowed to give you for an extended period of time.
Right.
And they were like, all the nurses kept coming in and they were like, you did everything you could. Like, you did such a great job. I'm in certain positions for like an hour. And they were like, wow, you're still in that position. I was like, this baby's coming.
You're like, I will get this baby out of me. And you did. One way or the other, you did. So congratulations. Where did you give birth again?
Stony Brook.
Stony Brook, okay.
I just have to tell you one really quick story because I know we're over. But so, like I said, I'd done like a very good job. Many of the residents came in and were like, wow, this is the most zen room I've ever been in. This is amazing. We had the lights down. We had the zen music going. I had the essential oils. I was really dead set on making sure that I was as calm as could be. And when they wheeled me into the room to start the C-section, Justin Timberlake was on. And I was laying there having this dialogue with myself going like, I am not giving birth to Justin Timberlake. No, this is not happening. I was like, this is not part of my birth story. And then I was like, you better say something. Like, now you have to speak up. So I finally called the doctor over who I knew. And I was like, I don't mean to be like a prima donna, but Justin Timberlake needs to be turned off. And I was like, I've spent a very long time trying to right frame of mind for this moment, and this is not it. And he was so like, I don't really like Justin Timberlake either. And he's like, what would you like on? I was like, anything with like an ocean sound or, Jack Johnson would be fine.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
That is, I love it. Totally love it.
I feel you, girlfriend. We had a playlist too, so I totally respect it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited that we're all finally back on track again. I know we missed last week because I was having way too much fun, but this is awesome. And I can't wait to resume. I mean, I know we have a really fun guest next week and then the week after. So we'll have
a couple good guests coming up. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing all of you. Tracy, before we head out, I know she's sleeping and it might torture her, but could you bring her closer to the camera so we can get a peek at her gorgeous face?
Oh, she just made like a little noise.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's so cute.
So much
I
love.
can't handle it.
So much
just
love.
smell her.
Oh, she's just right now she smells like breast milk, but
I mean, in 2 years it's gonna be the best smell ever.
Well, I hope she stays like
Tracy.
Damn straight.
And I will definitely be sharing photos from the photo shoot for sure. So.
Oh,
Woo!
enjoy today.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Everybody. And I'm going to do my best to be here as much as I can.
Of course.
We
Okay.
no doubt you'll be here directing every Friday. We no doubt.
Love you guys.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.